by President Trump, who said Russia is in charge of this war, and Russia does not want to stop this war. He said that 3 times during just last week. First, after the bombing of Kiev with a lot of casualties and killed people, and second in the meeting in Vatican, and third time, which we see now, it is near his plane in New Jersey. So it was the third time during 1 week when President Trump accused Putin in the unsuccessful stopping the war. Yeah. So Mr. Putin understood that, okay, this is the time to do something. This is the time to do something. So he proclaims this ceasefire. This is the first reason. The second reason, he wants a lot of guests. The delegations in Moscow on May 9th, in Russia, they celebrate the Victory Day on this day. And he wants presidents of different states, as we see this list. I understand this is the presidents of post-Soviet states, of Azerbaijan and Armenia, Belarus, and Kazakhstan. This is the presidents of, I see the Brazil, I see the president of China, and president of Cuba, and Palestinian leader, and somebody else. So he wants all of them, and he wants the security for all of these people. But he can't provide the security, because military parade, this is obviously the legal military goal, legal military target. Legal military target. And Ukraine could strike Russian military forces on this parade, and Ukraine could strike North Korean military forces on this parade. So this is the reason why Mr. Putin wants it. When I expected today what will be the answer of Ukrainian government and Ukrainian foreign minister, I thought about different variations, different answers. Obviously, what was obvious for me, it is that Ukraine couldn't just accept this offer, because the previous offer of Ukraine was to continue the previous ceasefire, which was just in 1 week. And Russia refused that. So why now Ukraine should agree to this ceasefire? It will mean that Putin exactly dictate the dates of when there is a war and then there is a ceasefire, and everything on his condition. And Ukraine just can't follow Mr. Putin. So from Ukrainian side, it could be, in theory, the different reactions. For example, okay, let's do that for 1 day, for May 8th, because this is the International Victory Day, and let's start the war again in May 9th. But this is very cynical, this is like sarcastic answer. But more serious answer, obviously, is you want a peace, you should do that now, not in May 9th or something. And the good news here for Ukraine, I mean, that White House, they think the same. From White House, where was also the reaction. President Trump wants permanent ceasefire. He doesn't want ceasefire for 3 days. No, we are not interested. White House not interested in 3 days of ceasefire. So why Ukraine should be interested in 3 days of ceasefire?
We see that Putin's proposals are ridiculous and insane, exactly. And really, you are quite right that we see fresh reaction by White House, by Caroline Leavitt, White House press secretary. And she noticed that U.S. President Donald Trump is calling for a complete ceasefire between Ukraine and Russia, but it is a difficult matter. How do you think? And really, I noticed too in my author programs that for last 4 days, Trump told near 3 times to Putin, stop his war and stop attacks on Ukraine. So how do you think maybe this statement by Caroline Leavitt after Putin proposals is one of the results after meeting by Trump and Zelensky in Vatican?
No, this speech is not good enough for Ukraine. I mean, exactly in this speech, press secretary said that President Trump is not satisfied not with Russia and not with Ukraine now. So this is the next change. He turns his accusations towards Ukraine and towards Russia every day. And now, today exactly, we are speaking on Monday, press secretary said that also both Ukraine and Russia are accused by President Trump. So this is just this position of Mr. Trump stayed just 4 or 3 days about the Russia is in charge of continuation of this war.
Yes, okay, but really we see that about stopping war and complete ceasefire, Caroline Levitt mentioned too. How do you think that leaders we showed who want to visit parade at Moscow on May 9th, and are they really afraid of this process of drones, drone attacks, or maybe they believe that Putin can guarantee their security that days?
I don't think that Putin could guarantee this security, but I believe that Putin, he is the most important potential target for Ukrainian military forces. Not all of these leaders, but only Mr. Putin. Ukrainian special forces killed a couple of Russian generals in Moscow. One of them was killed in Moscow a couple of months ago, Igor Kirillov. Another one, Anatoly Moskalik, was killed just a couple of days ago. So it was also a Russian general who is participants of Russia-Ukrainian war. So Ukraine has we don't know if Ukrainian special forces were involved officially. Obviously, we don't know, yeah? But I believe that Mr. Putin is afraid of that and afraid for his personal life, not about these leaders. He doesn't care about other leaders. And during this war, there were 3 military parades in Moscow in 22, 23, 24. And never Ukraine tried to attack these parades. But Russians, they were afraid every time. For example, they canceled air parade last time, and they just organized very limited parade with very, very limited military forces. So this time they want to make that great, to make that like very, very great with all the army of all the Russian army and North Korean army. So they want some change, but they're afraid still of our army.
What can we say now, not about immediate results, but about results on future? Which results do you expect from the meeting in the Vatican between Zelensky and Trump? Because I think that Putin was and maybe is very nervous about it.
He was very nervous, and he was very nervous not only about the consequences, but from all the picture. Because all the world, entire world and globe, see the picture of who is the world leaders. And we see that in Vatican, in main Basilica of Vatican, President Trump meets with President Zelensky, and they discuss with President of France, should he participate in this meeting or not. Yeah. And this is in the focus of world media, of world news outlets. And if you take the cover pages of world newspapers from Sunday and Monday, so you will find this picture, exactly this picture which we see now, on the front pages, in each newspaper, just in each newspaper. And you can see that there is no Mr. Putin here. So Putin not in focus. Putin is not the world leader. Not Mr. Putin who decides what is the fate of the world, but President Zelensky of Ukraine and President Trump of United States. They decide what is the future of the globe, of the world. This is why President Putin is so nervous. He is on on the back side of world history. This is very important.